Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard. I'm Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at JWonder on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Thomas at Sparks on the MakeCode forum.
Thomas is back.
Yeah, I'm back after 1 month hiatus. And I have a cat
exciting.
with me.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, kitty.
Which one is that?
This is our one. Oh, there you go.
All right.
It's there.
Well, today we are going to be working on a new game. But before we start doing that, we have a thing we have to clear up. So I've already talked to Kiwi Phoenix about this offline, but we made a mistake while we were judging the GameJam. There was a miscommunication. Joey identified a bug, but I guess the rest of us didn't pay attention when he told us about it. So immediately after the last GameJam stream, I was informed that when we had been judging Kiwi Phoenix's game, no one could get through it because it kept crashing. It was actually because there was a bug in MakeCode Arcade, had nothing to do with Kiwi Phoenix's game. It was a mistake on our part. So I want to make sure that we say, Kiwi Phoenix, your game is also an honorable mention. And the first thing we're going to be doing on stream today is we're going to be showing that game off because we didn't get a chance to on Friday. Mm-hmm. So one other thing I will mention is if you head on over to the Prehistoric Jam website, arcade.makecode.com/gamejam/prehistoric, we now have all of our winners and honorable mentions listed, including Kiwi Phoenix's game. And let's go ahead and play that one. And to play this one, because of said bug, I'm going to have to open it in the editor. So there's a bug that makes this game crash if you are playing it from the share page. Joey has already put a fix for this. Just needs to be released.
Yeah, probably today or tomorrow morning. But yeah.
Yeah. So right now, until that fix comes out, you need to play it in the editor in order to avoid the crash. It's a big project. It's got a lot of stuff going on, so it's going to take a little while to load.
It sure is chugging.
It's almost like running Teams, OBS, and MakeCode Arcade in 2 tabs is a lot for a computer to do.
Oh. That was perfectly timed for you right there, Richard, the pop-up.
Yeah. Just click wait. It'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Well, while this is happening in the background, I'm going to talk about the game that we're going to be making today after we finish playing through this one. And it's a game that I would say is legend, just hotly rumored, very anticipated. Joey, do you have any idea what game I'm referring to?
I think it was The Legend of Wario.
What?
No. Is that not the game that you think of when you think of the word legend? Wario? Is
that a game that exists?
I mean, it should be.
No.
It exists in my heart.
Well, this loaded, so Joey can continue to think on that while we play through this game. And so this game by Kiwi Phoenix is an awesome, I would say, heavily inspired by Tears of the Kingdom game. So we've got some basic combat stuff. So I'm going to take these dinosaurs out. But what's really cool about this game is when you find parts like these, you can press down twice to go into this building mode, and you can pick up things and place them in order to combine them into like gadgets and things. So here, we're going to take this fan and we're going to stick it on this platform. And then we are going to, let's see. I forget, can you rotate? Do you guys, Joey, do you remember if there's a rotation? Or Kiwi Phoenix, please let me know.
I don't remember off the top of my head. Menu? I don't remember menu.
Nope. Kiwi Phoenix, let me know if there's a rotation, because I wanted to make a car that goes.
Yes, there is a rotation. That's from Lucas, though.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. What is the rotation? Can you give me that?
How do I do it?
Hold B while hitting left or right.
Thank you. All right. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. So we're going to go ahead and stick this on here like that. And this thing right here is a like control thing. So you need this in order to make it go. So let's go ahead and stick that on there. Now we're gonna walk over here and get on it. And there we go. We made our
zoom
own
in.
little flying vehicle. So we have one fan that is blowing us upwards, and we have one fan that is blowing us to the left. And we can go ahead and fly around. So it's a very cool game. You should definitely check it out. Let's see. Is there anything else that I can show off real quick? So here, I'm just going to drop down. Bam. All right.
I mean, there's the level you can teleport to that causes the first bug.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Gotta say, I love the minimal art in this game also. I'm a big fan of just the simple stuff, you know? Ooh, I got a heart container. So you can see that I have now got 4 hearts. It's cool. Go to this one. All right. And here we also have wheels. So let's use those. Going to take this platform and attach it to this wheel right here. Grab this other one and stick it over here. And now we're going to grab this guy. Put that right there. That up here. And now, whoop. Okay. That didn't quite work. Let's regroup. Okay, we're gonna pick this up and put it over here and try that again. Ooh, okay. Yeah. All right. What I like about the wheels is that you can actually control them, which is cool. With the fans, you're kind of just like at their mercy.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna stick fans onto this guy so we can get up to that heart. Whoop, got it.
Did you just get sent to space? Oh, okay.
Seems like it.
You're an astronaut.
I guess you ascended. You are an ascended being now.
And the Kerbal Space Program is complete. All right. Well, there's a lot of fun stuff you can do in this game. Please check it out. Just a reminder, go to the GameJam page, and let's say QFix says there's a slight bug, hit A.
I think he's hitting it. I don't see him.
Yeah, I think I might
cool
be
either
stuck
way.
at this point.
Kerbal Space Program is a good time.
It's true. So check that one out. And again, I apologize to Kiwi Phoenix that we made that mistake last time. You should have been at the GameJam stream.
Yeah. Okay, so Legends. So Pokemon Legends Arceus?
No. This is a game
No.
that doesn't exist yet. We are going to be bringing it into existence.
Oh, okay. The Legends of Breakfast and no?
This is never going to work. Okay, we're going to be making a little game called Bug President.
Wait, really? The Legend
Yeah.
of Bug President? I almost
It's-
said that, but then I was like, yeah, he probably won't let me bring it up because we gave up on it a while ago. Really?
Bug
Okay.
President, it's finally happening.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. So important question. Those are the gates from Pikmin, and those are not shared.
Shush.
Okay.
All right. So Bug President is one of the first games I wanted to make in Make Code Arcade a long time ago. Before Pikmin 3, I think even came out, which is I want to make a 2D Pikmin game. So I think it'll be really fun. So if you haven't played Pikmin before, Pikmin is a very fun franchise where you get to take these little guys, these adorable guys with little carrot heads, and throw them around to fight for you and also accomplish tasks. And specifically in Pikmin 3, they invented a new kind of like way to play the game that I really like, which is what they call like challenge mode. And in Pikmin 4, they call them Dandori challenges. But basically, the way they work is you have a time limit, you have a certain number of things that need to get done on the map that you have to use your Pikmin for. And the goal is to complete it as fast as possible. And you get either a bronze, silver, metal, or platinum, bronze, silver, gold, or platinum medal to indicate how well you did. And the most fun I've had in Pikmin is just going through all of these challenges and getting platinum medals in all of them because I really, really like doing them. They're very satisfying.
Okay,
So,
I can tell you how I parsed this map the first time real quick, which
go
is
ahead,
that the bridge on the left, the gates were stairs up to a level, and we were going to do like the multi-level, like Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, I guess is probably the most common, where it's like, it is one tile map, but it feels like it has depth.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So it's kind of like those the stairs you get in like Link's Awakening type top-down games.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Link's Awakening. Yeah.
So let's talk about the mechanics of Pikmin and what we're going to be doing. So in Pikmin, you have a bunch of little characters that are following you around, and you throw them to send them on tasks. And those tasks can be things like breaking down a wall. So that's what these are. You throw the Pikmin at the wall. They attack it for a long time, and eventually the wall breaks, and you can then pass through that area. Another thing that they might do is build a bridge. So there could be like a pile of logs or something, and you throw your Pikmin, they start doing the task, and they build a bridge. The kind of main thing that you do with Pikmin is pick up stuff and bring it back to your home base. So there might be a treasure of some kind. Like say you want these, Pikmin takes place on Earth, but it's like they're really tiny. So a lot of times the treasures are like an apple or something like that. So you'll throw a Pikmin at an apple. It'll say you need 10 Pikmin in order to pick up this apple. So you'll throw 10, they will all pick it up together, and they will carry it back to base. And then when you do that, you either, if it's food, you get more Pikmin, or if it is a treasure, you get, points, basically. And so there's more to it than that, but that's the basic idea. So what we're going to be doing is making a bunch of different tasks in this game. We are going to have a character that is walking around, throwing Pikmin around to do those tasks. And then the goal is to do all those tasks under a certain, time limit to try and, get everything done.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See, from chat, we had a few things. You could try a different color palette for this, and they had a link to a low spec page. And is there an extension for using analog joystick in arcade? I don't think, I know it's supported, but I don't think it's in controller.
I think it is in controller.
It is in controller? Okay. I guess DXDY will get you there.
DXDY does get you there. Yeah. So yes, if you inside of the controller category, this DXDY, actually you don't even need controller. This right here gets you it. DXDY, if you are using a game console that has an analog joystick, will take into account that. It does not work in the browser, despite the fact that we have this little joystick thing. Just because that's just not the usual use case. Maybe we could talk about some way to turn that on in the simulator.
That's what I was thinking when I was saying the controller extension was if we had a thing that flips that flag.
No, that might be a good flag for us to you can configure on a game or something. But it'll work if you have a Pi Gamer, which has an analog joystick. I think that's the only hardware that has an analog joystick that I'm aware of. It has the PSP joystick, which is pretty cool. Okay. As for using a different palette, sure, I like this palette that you sent, Lucas. We can use that one. Can you send me that link in the chat, Joey?
Yeah.
And then the last thing was, can we do some art for this game? Yes, but let's get a little bit further into the game just in case we end up changing things like the size of things before we start doing art for it. But I would love to have art made for this game. Absolutely. Thank you, Thomas. You're faster than Joey.
Yeah, my Teams is not loading up. Okay.
All right. So this palette comes from us by way of Low Spec. So if you haven't used Low Spec before, it's a really cool website where it's dedicated to all things pixel art, but it has a collection of a bunch of palettes. And it's really fun to go there and just like grab some palettes to use. So I am going to import this one into our game. And the way I do that is by heading on over to the Assets tab. I'm going to click Colors, and we can now enter our colors into this thing. Now I'm going to take the palette off screen so that I can see the colors. Well, here, I'll just put it over on top of our faces, so you can see it if you look. But I'm just going to be copying and pasting these over. So this is going to be our black replacement. Okay. Use this one for brown, sure. This is kind of got a lot of grays in it that are replacing the purples that we normally use for shading in our palette.
Mildly heartbreaking, but I'll accept it.
Yeah. Okay. Got blue right there. Darker blue. Dark green. Light green. Oops. There you go.
Palette matching in real time, not just taking them straight.
Yeah, I am. It's not that hard. Wait, that orange I already copied over, right? Okay, this one doesn't have pink, so we're just gonna have two oranges. Go. This one white. And now one color, I left one color behind. Purple. Like that. Fly. Okay, we're gonna have to recolor some things, but yeah, it's all right.
I mean, I could see this. Maybe the yellow's a little blurring, but besides that, it looks
no, the yellows. I don't have a problem with the yellow or the gray for the background at all. My problem is with this. The contrast between these darks is impossible to see. So we're gonna go ahead and edit those. So let's head back over to blocks, go into our tile map, and oops, we're gonna refresh. Yeah, the color palette is a recently added feature, so there might be a few places where it doesn't immediately update. Joey, could you actually file that maybe?
Was that opening tile map? I was looking at chat for a second.
Yes, it was opening the tile map editor after changing the palette. Wait, this is the background color I'm using right now. All right, we'll make these things, we'll make these gates a different color. Let's make them orange. Why not? Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's fix the bridge also. So we're gonna use this and this like that. Same thing over here. Great, and then we should fix these ones too. Okay, so first thing I want to do, this is going to be kind of a boring stream. It's kind of just going to be setting up our level design a little bit. So I for this game went with a really simple, like I guess, tile map aesthetic. But everything is rounded, and so in order to make the rounded stuff work, I do not want to have to manually place all of these rounded tiles everywhere in the map. So we're going to do the thing where we just draw where the walls are, and then we're going to automatically round them based on the tile map. So we're going to write some code to do that. And that will hopefully make this a little bit more manageable to do level stuff with. And, you know, I was thinking about doing randomly generated levels, but I think we're going to start with authored levels, at least to start. Because I think that with Pikmin style challenges, you really do need like some level of authoring for those to be good. But we'll see. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. So these look better now. That looks better too. Let's go ahead and start with what I was just talking about. So I'm going to take this tile map that I already did, and we're just going to set it aside. And we're going to go ahead and grab a new tile map from the tile util category. That took a long time to open. Put that in there. And we are going to, for this tile map, just draw some stuff. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so our goal is going to be, for this tile map, we want to round all of the stuff automatically. And the way that this works in this game is we have 4 different tiles for corners. So you can see that right there. And then we have 4 different tiles for inner corners. So these ones right here. So like this one I would use like right there in order to round that out. So that in mind, we can pretty simply, I think, fix this. And to do that, we're just going to loop over all the tiles in our tile map, see if there is neighboring things to the left, right, top, bottom. And then based on that, we can choose which tile we should be placing there. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll make a function for this. Make tile map pretty. And we're going to be looping over our map. And for that, we're going to need to make 2 variables. So we're going to make an index x with a slash in it, apparently, and index y. And so I'll just right click in here and make that one index x, and right click in here and make this one index y. And from 0 to 4, instead we are going to be doing 0 to, inside of tile util, we can get this number of columns. And we're going to grab current tile map and put it in there. And it's been on my to-do list for forever to take this, all of these blocks that take in a tile map. So it's mainly just this one and clone. I really would like those to be I want current tile map in there for the shadow instead of a variable. That would really make me happy.
Yeah.
All right. And because this is MakeCode, I need to subtract 1 from both of these. All right. Cool. Okay, so let's figure out how we're going to do this. What we're going to be doing is first we'll do the outer corners. So to do that, we are going to see, is the current tile we are on a yellow tile? And if it is, we are going to check the adjacent tiles. So gray, you know, like left, bottom, right, and top, and see, are any of these transparent? And then based on that, we are going to choose the correct tile. For the inner ones, we're kind of going to be doing the opposite. So let's do this one first. So we are going to do a check right here. And we have a tile at location. Go ahead and place in our index x and index y. And we are looking for the yellow. All right, if that's the case, we're going to check our adjacent ones. And I think now it might actually be easier if I make a temp location variable and just go ahead and store the location so that I could use the left of top, right, bottom ones. Those blocks are nifty. So let me grab a just tile map column row right here, stick that in there, and then grab this temp location, use that instead. All right. So if it is yellow, then we are going to check the adjacent ones. So let's see. We want tile at location is like that. And then we want to get tile map location left of location like that. And then put our temp location here and see if it's transparency like that. Okay, so if the tile to the left is transparency, then we have two tiles we need to check. We need to check the tile to the top of us and the tile to the bottom of us. And if one of those is transparent, then we know which corner we want to do. So check left and top, and then we will also check left and bottom. There you go. And you might be wondering, what if both of them are transparent? Well, then you did a bad job writing the tile map. So.
Not a supported scenario.
What?
Not a supported scenario.
Exactly. Now, okay. So let's see. Having a little thinking now. Okay, we're going to go back into our tile map for a sec and make a change to our tiles. All right, what I'm going to be doing here is replacing all of the transparency with our background color. And this will be tedious, but it'll pay off. Trust me. Basically, what I'm doing here is when we're coding our game, I want to be able to do things like check if a tile is the wall or not. And so I don't want to do a bunch of checks to check for every single variation of a wall tile. That makes sense. So instead, what I would rather do is just cover the tiles. And the tile util has a nice little way of doing that. So we're going to be doing that. And these are all the ones I have to do right now. So that's good. Okay. So if it is left and top are transparent, then we are going to do a cover, there you go, location with, grab our temp location. And let's see, we want the one that is left and top transparent, which is this one. And now this one is going to be left and bottom, which is that one. Okay, next up, we have else if. Oh, whoops, sorry. Don't want that there. We want that here. Okay, if the tile map location to the right is transparency, then we do the same check inside. But we're going to choose the flipped versions of these. That one. And that one. All right, and that's that. Let's go into tile util. On tile map loaded. Make tile map pretty. How'd we do? Okay, I chose the wrong background color, but it does seem like this is working correctly, except it is also doing it for the edges of the tile map. So to fix that, I don't care. All right, let's just change the background color to be this gray. There you go. Actually, that looks better.
Would you not be able to fix it just by moving in that loop by one in each direction?
Yeah, but it's annoying to do that in blocks.
Oh.
I guess what I could do is
yeah, never mind.
No. We can do it. We'll just do -3, and then we just need to add 1 to both of these, right?
Yeah, I guess that'll do it.
There we go. All right, fixed. Cool. All right, we rounded things out, but we want to round out the inner bits also. So we're now going to go ahead and do the other case, which is inside here. I'm going to go ahead and drag this over here because it's going to look very similar, except it's going to be kind of doing the opposite, like I said. So instead, we're going to be checking to see, are we transparent? And if we are, then, whoa, this is kind of cool looking, but not what I wanted.
Is that like a goal thing? Is this a Rorschach test?
I don't know. It
Those
reminds
things where
me
you're
of that
supposed to
game.
blur your eyes at it or cross your eyes at it, and there's a 3D image.
It reminds me of that game In. Do you remember that?
In?
In.
Oh, like in plus plus?
Yeah.
Like the
In,
platform.
and then it later became In++.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just meant like yes. Okay, that's that one. Okay. Yeah.
It's a throwback. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to be flipping all these. Boy, my editor is being slow today. It's chugging. Okay. So if it's transparent and we have to the left and top, we want to do this one. And then otherwise we want to do left and bottom, which is going to be this one. And then for this one, we're going to be doing this one. And this one, we're going to be doing this one. There we go. Look, everything's all
smooth and
all smooth. Yeah.
blobby.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted. So we made our tile map pretty. That's nice. While we're in here, let's go ahead and also mark all of the things as walls because I don't want to do walls. I'll also just leave that to this to set the wall on. So we're going to go ahead and set wall on at temp location right there. And beautiful. Okay. So let's talk about controls. So in Pikmin, you are typically moving around with the joystick, right? And then you kind of are always aiming in front of you. When you're aiming in front of you, when you throw, you're just kind of throwing in that direction. So you have like a little reticle that you're moving around. And I think what we're going to be doing in this case is not having like a little reticle thing. Maybe we will. Nah, probably not. Instead, we are just going to have a little arrow indicating which direction you're facing. So I really debated. Let me, here you go. Whether to bring in this guy. To be bug president.
That is pretty cool bug president.
Yeah.
And
he's a little chunky.
He's a little chunky is the thing.
Yeah.
So I might make another one of these guys at some point, which would be cool. But for now, we're not gonna
block president for now.
What? Yeah, for now we're probably just gonna have like a circle or something. But in the future, I would love to have this little guy or some approximation. All right, back on over. Okay, so we're going to be going intentionally minimal to start, and let's go ahead and just make a function for this. We'll call this make bug president. Sorry, I forgot something. Bug president is always in all caps. So
I don't know if that's something you forgot. It's just like it's just a thing, just like the state of being.
All right, so we're going to make a variable, and it's going to be, you guessed it, bug president. And we're going to set bug president to be a sprite. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're just going to be making him a circle for now. Actually, you know what? We might even just make him, okay, let's do 8 by 8. That's probably a little too big, actually. Let's do 6 by 6. We're just going to make them a rectangle. We'll use this for overlap purposes. And we might in the future decide to draw him instead using render on Z index. But for now, we will actually use this. So, all right, there's our guy. We want to move around with buttons. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And because I'm going to want to do this later, we're going to go ahead and make a variable for this, which is move speed. Sorry, actually, we don't want to move with buttons. Get out of here. No, we do want that variable though. Move speed. Because the way we're going to be moving this guy, so we need to be able to aim, right? And I mean, there's a few different ways you can do that. So one way is the Dino Blast way, is what I'm going to now call it, which is one of the games we got for our game jam. And basically, it involves you using the player 2 controls in order to aim. But I don't want to do that. I don't know. Maybe we'll make this 2-player at some point. So instead, we're going to be doing the way I normally do this, which is you have an arrow pointing which direction you're facing, and then pressing up makes you move towards that arrow, and pressing left and right just turns you.
Tank controls.
It's not tank controls.
Not tank controls? It's close
No.
enough.
Yeah. Tank controls are you have a joystick for your left side, a joystick for your right side,
True.
and you can control those ones. So if you want to move like to the left, you have to like take one and you have to take the left one and move backwards, and the right one and go forwards. And so, yeah.
Is it? I thought people called Resident Evil tank controls, which is this style though. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You are right that is the tankier controls, at least.
That's what I always thought tank controls was. And going back to my days when I was on a robotics team, we would always choose if.
I mean, it's definitely tank controls. Like what you're describing is like actual tank controls. All I mean is that Resident Evil and Tomb Raider were the common examples of tank controls in the 90s, and that's this kind of style.
Somewhat. I think we need an officially
games,
certified tank operator.
Yeah, but if you like the movement style, like turn, and it doesn't matter.
We'll have to ask Eric. All right. Okay. So we have a facing direction. We have a move speed. We are going to be using inside of extensions. We're going to add the controller extension. The extension I add to my projects on accident the most often of any extension. Okay, and we're gonna take this button delay repeat, delay interval thing, which is the only thing I ever use this extension for. And put this inside of our onStart, and we set the delay to be 0. Great, and now we can use left and right. How much time would we save if I made an extension to do this? How many times have I implemented this?
You'd save at least a minute or two.
I swear I've implemented this like 20 times on stream.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to set this to be, this turn rate is going to be in degrees. We're going to set this to be 3 degrees. Why not? And we're going to be using repeat on left and repeat on right. And what we're going to do is take our facing direction, and we're just going to change our facing direction by whatever our turn rate is. So for left, we want to do negative. For right, we want to do positive. And Bob's your uncle. There you go. Okay, so that's beautiful. We're also going to do inside of an on-game update. we're going to say if variables, no, controller is up pressed, then we want to set the velocity of our sprite. So we're going to do that inside of, do I not have arcade? For some reason, I thought I had already added arcade sprite to this project. Okay. All right, so we're going to set the velocity at angle and speed for bug president. And for the angle, we are going to be using the conversion block first of all, because our right now our facing direction is in degrees. So we're going to do degrees to radians. Put in our facing direction. And for the speed, we're going to put in that nice little variable we made, move speed. And then if up is not pressed, we're going to set it to be 0. All right. So let's walk around. Ooh, move speed's way too high. But this does appear to be working. Just our move speed is way, way too high.
Yeah, that's the important thing to know about Bug President. He never has to be in a rush, right? He can go at his own leisurely pace at all times.
Yeah. All right, we'll make it 40, and we're also going to up the turn rate to 5. Walk, 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 walk. There you go. That's much more reasonable. It's always fun how the human brain can adapt to a control scheme super quickly once you've used it for a sec. And like, you know, despite the fact that I have nothing displaying which direction I'm going and stuff like that, I have no trouble navigating around the entire map. Granted, I play a lot of video games, but still. Anyway. Okay. So let's go ahead and round out bug present a little bit. And we're now going to draw which direction he or she, they are facing. I'm probably going to keep saying he. All right, render on z-index. We'll make this z-index 20. And we're going to, on here, let's see. Should I just use a sprite for this?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? What's the...
Yeah, I'll just use a sprite for this. Gonna make my life easier. All right. We're gonna make this 3 by 3. Grab this bright red color, make a little cross. And we're gonna go ahead and call this reticle. Okay, annoying. Cursor. And we're going to make this guy a ghost. We don't want this to be impacted by our walls. What am I looking for? Here we go. Beautiful. And now inside of on game update, we are going to place this one. So inside of sprite utils, we're going to grab the place angle distance block, put bug president for the first one. I'm sorry, put the cursor for the first one, put bug president for the second one. And then for the angle, we are going to be using our facing direction. And then for the distance, we're just going to put in a number that seems good. 16. Sure, maybe actually a little bit closer. Or you know what? We should draw a dotted line. All right. Oh, we have a lot of stuff going on in the chat.
Talking about 3D games.
All right. Brohan's been doing some really cool stuff with 3D in MakeCode. If you haven't seen their GameJam entry, they made a very cool dinosaur. I like a lot. Ooh, we forgot to turn the walls on for the far left and bottom part of the map.
Oh.
We'll fix that. All right. Let's go to our make tile map pretty. And you know what? I'm just going to take this out of make tile map pretty. Going to duplicate this in here. I just want to do -1, -1. Just put that directly in there. Get rid of all this. Get rid of all this. Get rid of all this. Make this index X, index Y. Set wall on. Add that. Okay.
Remove the call to make bug president as well.
What?
Oh. Never mind.
No, I want to make. I do want to make
okay.
bug president.
Sorry, I was thinking that this was a. It's all good.
Explain yourself. Okay. So while we have drawn our, we're using a cursor to, we're using a sprite for our cursor. We are going to draw the rest of it using a render on z-index. So let's see, Lapsbox format code. Did I drag that away? I did. Go into sprite utils, render on z-index. We're going to make this 20. And we're going to do an index, I guess. And we're going to do number of pips. Set that to 5. I don't know. Okay, number of pips -1, like that. And what we're going to be doing is setting a pixel on the screen for each location. Like we're going to divide the distance between bug president and the cursor by however many pips we're going to have. We're then going to do, for each index, multiply by one of those slices in order to set the pip down. All right. So inside sprite utils, we have a distance block. Here. Go ahead and make this bug president and the cursor. To get the slice, we are actually going to divide this by number of pips +1. Set that right there. And what we're going to be doing is using atan2. atan2. Should I use atan2 or should I use a math sprite? I'll use a math sprite.
Good.
This is a hack I do very often in arcade projects, where in order to use the blocks from the in order to use the blocks from the sprite utils thing to do like math with positions and stuff, you need a sprite in order to use it effectively, in order to like store the result of whatever operation you're doing. And so I just created a math sprite. And so what we're going to be doing is placing this math sprite using our place at angle. So let me actually grab inside here, put this right here, and go ahead and collapse that again. And we're going to be placing our math sprite, math. We do want facing direction. We do want it to be from bug president. And what we want to do is temp number plus temp number times index. Okay, and then what we want to do is inside of our screen image, we're just going to set a pixel. And we're going to be doing it at math sprite x, math sprite y. So math x, math y, make it this color. All right. That didn't work. Oh, no, it did work. The reason it was messed up is because of the math sprite is not a ghost.
Kind of funny though.
It's hard to see through walls, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And also, this is really hard to, I would say, read. We're going to make this that color instead. And we're going to go to our math sprite and go ahead and turn them into a ghost also.
Mhm.
Spooky. All right, let's change the number of pips. We'll make it 3. See how that looks. I don't know why it's messed up there in the beginning, but it doesn't actually matter. So yeah, I don't know why that closest one is getting messed up. But whatever. All right, well, this works more or less. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. Maybe if we made the distance higher. Sorry, I'm just silently trying to come up with ways to make it look nicer. That does look better. We did the higher distance and also made this 4. And then maybe go with even a different color. Let's do that. Yeah, this is still getting affected by the tile map for some reason. I don't know why, though. Is it because the math sprite has no pixels?
What's that doing? I guess. No.
Why is this happening? I really can't explain.
That is a render, right? Not a. The dots are the renderable. Yeah.
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 I think we might have a bug. It's like it's ignoring the ghost. All right. Well, we might have to just give up on this mystery. And just be forever annoyed by it. I'll investigate it later. All right, cool. Well, we got a little thing showing us where we're going, which is nice. And it'll be even more useful once we can actually start throwing bugs around. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and next time work on actually doing said bug throwing. So I think what we're going to be doing is like defining a like the notion of a task and how many things it requires, and then actually like completing said task. So for some of that, we will be using pathfinding. So we might have to say like carry a thing back to home base. And if we do that, we're going to be doing pathfinding in order to make that happen. And then for other things like breaking down a bridge, we're just going to have a timer that's going to be going down, like breaking down a wall, I mean. Timer that's going to be going down over, you know, while we're working on it, and then we can do it that way. So anyway, that'll be cool. I am Richard, Irish on the Make Code Forum. Thanks for watching.
I'm Joey at J Wonder on the Make Code Forum.
And I'm Thomas at Sparks on the Make Code Forum.
And we will see you on Wednesday. Bye.